Today we're going to look at the best modal spells in Magic the Gathering. We're going to start off with Archmage's Charm. It is a blue instant. Choose one. Unfortunately, you got to choose one. You know, this ain't Cryptic Command. Counter target spell, so your spells, they do not pass. Target player draws 2 cards. That was always a very interesting aspect of this card because it's an instant speed divination. Like, it's completely power crept from that thing, which is like the default way to, default card advantage. 3 mana, draw 2 in draft. Or you can even gain control of target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less, which also is very interesting because for blue decks, usually the counter spell shields are down on the very early turns of the game. You know, counter spell blue, well, you can't hit them 1-drop creatures, so you gotta let them resolve. But with Archmage's Charm, you can snap them and swipe them back to your side. Not to mention, it's a permanent. It's a non-land permanent. So you can take the creatures, you can take their artifact, you can take their enchantment. Are there any 1-mana planeswalkers around here? Okay, Abzo with the Boros Charm. We got Boros Charm. It is a red. It's also a white. Instant. Choose one. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to our target player or planeswalker. Undisputedly, the default mode that you would use in a burn deck. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And let me tell you, when you're up against a burn deck and you play Supreme Verdict, you might be surprised when they play Boros Charm and you don't take damage. It happens. It happens. And it's not even them. I've seen some other like prowessy types of decks use Boros Charm to protect their creatures in play. It's quite impressive. And also, speaking of those like prowess decks, target creature gains double strike until end of turn. So yeah, if it's like a 5 or 6 power creature,
no, God, please,
now
no.
you take double the damage with the Boros Charm. Really flexible card that has stood the test of time in Magic the Gathering. Also, I mean, like, sees competitive play. I'm sure also sees what's it called? Commander play. Everyone wants to keep their creatures alive with that indestructible. Pacers fan forever, thank you so much for your first super chat. First super chat of the day. Oh my god, Mystic Confluence. How many things do we want to counter, Pacers fan for? How many things? Okay, it's a blue 3 generic instant. Now you can choose 3. That's crazy. I mean, what kind of choice is that? I mean, like, oh, by all means, Is this a trick question? This is like one of those modal cards. Is this a trick question? I get all 3 at once. Are you sure? What's the catch around here? So the weird thing is, you can choose the same mode more than once, which actually increases your options, I suppose. There's like 9 different options on this one card. 9 different spells. You can counter target spell unless its controller pays 3, return target creature to its owner's hand, or you also get to draw a card. So you could draw 3 cards, you could bounce 3 creatures back to their hand, or you can like hard deny your opponent from getting anything to resolve. It's only 1 spell. Can you pay the 9? Can you pay the 9? Probably not. All right, next up, let's take a look at Alphamus Prime, Drown the Lock. Drown in the Lock. There's only 2 choices, but they're pretty. I was surprised that this card has undisputedly survived the test of time. I didn't think this was going to be that good of a card. I was like, wow, this is so easy to play around because it's a black and blue instant. Choose 1. You can counter target spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. So you like need to fill it up. If you don't fill it up, this card does absolutely nothing. But it also has destroy target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. Also, I thought, like, okay, you keep your graveyard clean and clear. There's lots of cards like that. You know, you can play Endurance in response. You can play Relic of Progenitus, Rest in Peace. The card is just hard useless. Not to mention, these days, Psychic Frog is amazing versus Drown in the Lock, because if you try to kill it, you just exile the graveyard to give it flying. So I thought Drown in the Loch had a lot of cracks in it, but like, I mean, you either need that counter spell for the one ring for those primeval titans that you don't even want to see enter the battlefield in the first place. So any must counter cards, thumbs up. Also, like, destroys creatures. How many counter spells destroy creatures at the same time? So this ended up being like an amazing card. Okay, next up, Hugh, this is technically not a modal card, Fire Knight. That is a split card. It is a split. It's a two-in-one, but not a modal card. I know what you mean, though. You got to pay different mana costs for each side of those things. Vic the Foxy Gamer with Pick Your Poison. How poisonous you want to be. 1 green sorcery. Choose one. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact. Each opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Each opponent sacrifices a flying creature. Now, the flying creature one is amazing because very often in the game, the biggest creature on the battlefield is probably going to be the flying creature. Unless you got a Birds of Paradise out, all right? If you're the Birds of Paradise fam, anyone who's still rocking Birds of Paradise, you're playing around Pick Your Poison. It's just an all-around great removal spell. Not always, but pretty often, there's only going to be one thing on the battlefield that you can make your opponent sacrifice. And for 1 green, that gets around hexproof, shroud, protection, and so on. Pick Your Poison is one of the best. It just went instantly in the Hall of Fame of modal cards. Best modal spells ever. King Ginger with the super chat. Thank you very much. The Sublime Epiphany. Sublime Epiphany. Are we going to put this on the best of all time? The 6 mana instant. Choose one or more. Now we do get to counter a spell. We can counter target activated or triggered ability. We can return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. And also create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Well, that's pretty neat. And also target player draws a card. I love drawing. I like the token part of this. Choose one or more. You can choose all of these? That's insane. Choose one or more. Okay, what's stopping me from choosing all of them? Okay, I guess spell and triggered ability might be very difficult to get on the stack at the same time. But imagine someone plays a spell, someone responds, then in response to their response, they go crack a fetch line, and you're like, hold up! I think I can get all 6 of these in one shot. Bounce that, counter the spell, counter the stupid fetch land, create a token of my creature, and also draw a card. Create a token that's a copy of, yeah, you have to control the creature. Great card. Absolute banger. Are there decent search options on Scryfall for Modal? You gotta ask Christopher B. Christopher B would know. I don't know how Christopher would do it, but I know Christopher B would know. Oh yeah, Meatball. Chubby Meatball is much better. Spoiler alert, there was nothing wrong with her. So like this show is a bit late. After this is an evening show because I had to take the time from the time slot that we usually do this show to take my cat Chubby Meatball to the vet. She was like beating herself up. Like we thought like she had allergies or something. She has nothing. There is nothing wrong with her. Except that she was probably just angry and upset. Okay, let's move on. We've got Toads. Auster Command. Auster Command, the 6 mana. Another, oh, choose 2 this time. So it's like really a cryptic command. We can destroy all the artifacts. We can destroy all the enchantments. We can destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less. Or we can destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. What I really like about these types of cards, I mean, you just dump your hand out and you just choose the destroy mode that doesn't affect your board. Like, you play out all your creatures. All my creatures are 4 or greater. All yours are very small, weak, and puny. It'd be a shame if something happened to them now, wouldn't it? Dangerous one. Thank you very much for your super chat. Cryptic Command. Undisputed champ. I mean, cryptic. I looked up Cryptic Champ Command. Cryptic. Ugh, I want the OG art. This is a great art. Okay, we got Cryptic Command. Blue, 1. Instant. Choose 2. Counter target spell. Well, they don't word it like this anymore. Or is that an errata now? Oh, they errated it. Okay. Like, it's all in one big line of text. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand, tap all creatures your opponents control, or draw a card. Now, a lot of people think this is like tap all creatures and opponent, you know, you target, they control, whatever. But actually, no, it's all the creatures. So your creatures, and your creatures, they're all locked down. So you're trying to attack me, well, you don't attack me anymore. Oh, by the way, now you're defenseless against everyone else on every other turn. Not to mention this can also counter cards. Well, so far, it's so much blue in the show so far. Sandwich with Farewell. It's exactly what your friends will tell you after you play this card. 6 mana sorcery. Nah, choose one or more. You can exile all artifacts, all creatures, enchantments, or exile all graveyards. What's wild to me is you can do all 4 of these. Like, this sets the like, how can they make this card better? This basically makes every other card boring. If you spend more mana than Farewell to get less than all of this, then you're just completely wasting your time. So, I mean, yeah, Farewell is now, like, set the standard for how strong these types of modal cards can get. Absolutely insane. Okay, next up, we got a super chat from Steve Cooper. Oh, you got sniped immediately. What the hell happened? We're gonna get racked. We're gonna get Rakdos Charm for you, Steve Cooper. It's interesting. You wanted to get 2 cards on there, Steve Cooper. Usually you do a 1 card, 1 donation. Okay, so we'll give 2 donations after this. Rakdos Charm is a black, red. This is a funny charm. Most people forget it exists. Let's talk about it. Instant. Choose one. You can exile target player's graveyard. Not useless. You got graveyard hate in black and red. Nothing wrong with that. Destroy target enchantment. But here's the kicker. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. And that might seem like 1 damage doesn't seem like much. But what if your opponent has like 1,000? And then all of a sudden, you're going to be dead. So just the word of warning for all those token players out there. You want the giant token army, but I don't think you're prepared for the Rakdos Charm that will do you in. So for every token you make, you better be gaining some life to compensate for this thing. All right, first donation. Okay, how many people are voting for Kolaghan's command? So we have 1 Kolaghan's command. Oh, this is the same person. I swear there's other people. Okay, it's just Chris. Has Kolaghan's command already been talked about? It's a key part of my your Blightning Kindred deck, huh? Okay, Kolaghan's command? Okay, I spelled it right. I don't remember how to spell Kolaghan's. Okay, it's a red, black, 1 generic instant. Choose 2. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card. You can destroy an artifact, or Kolaghan's command deals 2 damage to any target. This actually is the closest to, I think, the cryptic command power level. Generally speaking, some of the best modes are like destroy an artifact, maybe deal 2 damage to a critical creature. But you bring a creature that died back to your hand. So they killed your like one of your favorite legends. You just bring it back with the Kolaghan's command. Of course, a legend that's not your commander. Avatar Woe is like modal spells, so instants and sorceries. Are there modal like there are modal creatures? That's true. That's gonna be another show, Avatar Woe. You just gave me more content. Okay, yeah, that's a creature. So we're gonna stick to the instants and sorceries. I don't know. Halfway through, if we run dry on content, we're gonna bring out the creatures. Okay, we're gonna make sure that this works. Okay, Chow's Cabaret Charm. Cabaret Charm. This is the Cabaret from the streets of Capenna. I am so disappointed you did not bring the money. Okay, we have it's an instant for 3 mana. Cabaret Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or player. Well, you better bring a lot of creatures. This is what you can do in response to the Rakdos Charm player. And then creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Oh, we got Overrun in 1 card. And then also create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. That last half probably sucks. This is a great way to like just win the game when you need to go wide. and also need some trample. And I don't mind this one-shot thing. So probably a pretty good card in the token decks. Benjamin says, I probably can't make it because it's 3 a.m. Benjamin's like, you know what? It's a weekend. F it. Or I don't know, maybe you took a nap and then set your alarm off at 3 a.m. to be part of the show. Going to sleep. Benita suggests Season of Weaving. A lot of C's. Oh yeah, they got these things. And the red one I never played because it's bad. Well, you get 1 card, Pedgeman. We got 6 mana sorcery. Choose up to 5 paw worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. You get. I really like this. You know, it's like you have this much money. Choose your fighters that will defend you versus the rest. That's the vibes I'm getting from this card. You know those memes you see online. So anyway, you get 5 paw. For 1 paw, draw a card. All these spells draw cards. If it's blue, it definitely draws a card. For 2 paw, choose an artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it, and also return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. Holy moly! So for 6 mana, we can bounce everything back to everyone's hand, and also we can draw two cards out of it, so we didn't even lose anything. So it's like, sorry F&M, I gotta make it for the show. What you should really do, Toads, is get the F&M to just play the show on the television. That's also possible. Then you can shout out your local game store. I'll do shout outs. Shout out to FusionGamingOnline.com. I have a feeling it's not being shown on their show on their televisions at this moment. Okay, next up, let's get a super chat. It's super chat time from Pacers fan forever, the Fiery Confluence. This card's brutal. Red, 2 generic sorcery. Choose 3. Fiery Confluence deals 1 damage to each creature, so it can deal up to 3. Fiery Confluence deals 2 damage to each opponent, so you deal up to 6, or you can destroy an artifact. That probably is the weakest one. The most fearful I'm afraid of is just getting dealt 6 damage. That's a lot of damage. Even Flex Tape isn't going to fix the Fiery Confluence. No protection. Almond says Boros Command. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. Boros Command. I know there's a Boros Charm. There's no such thing as Boros Command. Okay, I was a little suspicious, especially since I never heard of it. Hinaria with Tooth and Nail. Okay, come on. Come on, Scryfall. Don't fail me now. The 7 mana sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 creatures, reveal them, put them into your hand, or you can put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield, or you can entwine. So for 9 mana, you get both of them at once. The old sorcery. It's basically like, it's not show and tell exactly. I mean, you're tutoring directly into play. That's what Tooth and Nail is. Gigantic. Oh, is this your show, Lord Magicus? Well, okay, we found, for anyone that loves the show, you got to give credit and applause to Lord Magicus over here. I take suggestions, all right? I take them seriously. But also you get an idea of how long you have to wait until they, like, show up. You know, I got it all planned out way far ahead in the future. I meant Boros Charm. Well, we did that one already, Almond. You have to see it on the replay. Okay, next up, we'll take a look at just a random mage. Unite the Coalition. The Coalition! What the hell is this? Drawing a card for... Yeah, maybe it's close to fair. It's a weird one. We've done Archmage's Charm, Michael. I started the show with it. That's how cool it was. Okay, King Ginger. The Savage Beating. Sounds wrong, King Ginger. Savage Beating. That's what happens to me when I play against the energy decks. Okay, it's a 5 mana instant. Cast this spell only during your turn and only during combat. You get to choose one. Creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn, or untap all creatures you control. And after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. We all know what we're going to do with that combat now, don't we? If you got hit once, well, I'm sorry, but you're in for a Savage Beating. It's got Entwine, too. Who uses entwine? Oh, choose both if you pay the entwine. Ah, you get both. That is a savage beating, isn't it? David Howell. I think this is Jeskai Charm. Or Jeskai Charm. Jeskai Charm. Red, white, blue. Instant. It's American Charm. I keep forgetting. I need like the American sound effect, like or something to that effect. Okay, put target creature on top of its owner's library. Not bad, especially in response to someone cracking a fetch land or some sort of tutor shuffle effect of some sort. So poof, it's gone. There is a Jessica's. Oh, was it Jessica's Will? Oh, do you know what? You did Jessica's. Okay, I'll okay, I'll look up Jessica's Will. I was more familiar with Jeskai Charm. I thought you were trying to spell Jeskai. So you got the I-S in there. I was like, I just read that, and then I made up the rest in my head. Okay, but we're still gonna look at this one. It deals 4 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And also creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain that life link until end of turn. Get a bunch of life. Treat yourself, you know, double your life total. Life short. Life short, make it longer. Immediately with life gain. That sounds like such a great motto. I just made that up. You know what? I'm just a machine for this stuff. Life short, make it longer. With Jeskai Charm. Or anything, really. Okay, Jessica's Will, the 3-mana sorcery. Choose one. If you control a commander and as you cast the spell, you can choose both. We get a 2-for-1 deal if we have our commander. We needed the manager in the house. So we can add a red for each card in target opponent's hand. Okay, that's a decent ritual. I don't think that's that amazing. Is there a Reliquary Tower player in the house? You got Reliquary Tower? How many cards do you have? Or exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. That's great. You do need a lot of mana to pull that off. But I mean, that's basically Ancestral Recall in red. For 3 mana. Jessica's Will ranks up there with Dockside. Really? Really? Add red for each card and target opponents. You can't play this for free. Interesting. I would not have known this was that busted. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Anyone can confirm that? Okay, we got Pacers Fan Forever. Witherbloom Command. Shout out to the person forcing Witherbloom Command in Legacy. I was up against a Legacy player online that played Witherbloom Command, and I'm like, that's not bad. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm forcing this charm in every single, this modal spell in every deck that they play. Okay, it's a green-black sorcery. Choose 2. Now, target player mills 3 cards, and you can return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Or you can destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less, which is good in Legacy. Everything is small, okay? Small creatures. They don't get very big, unless you're a Merit Lage. Or, you know what, there's a lot of Eldrazi's these days, but it's still going to eat those things. Okay, target creature gets -3/-1 until end of turn, or a target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. So you do a little drain and gain around here. But the thing is, you get 2. All right. Get 2 for the price of 1, essentially. Oh, God, no.
No, God, please, no.
Kozilek's Command. I am so angry this card exists. This card is stupid. It's so stupidly powerful. There's a colorless X. It's a Kindred instant Eldrazi. Now, what that means is that they can play this off of an Eldrazi temple. I think that's broken. That takes it too far. It didn't even need that. Now, on top of that, every mode on this is an absolute banger. And you get to choose 2. Target player creates X01 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sack this creature, add a colorless. You can also target player scries X, then draws a card. So you can't even lose off this card. It's basically Cryptic Command. Worst case scenario, you draw a card, but you also get to dig deep for the exact card that you want. You can also exile Target creature with mana value X or less. You can exile any creature on the battlefield, so long as you have the mana for it, or exile up to X target cards from graveyards. That is... I think this is bananas. I think this... I'm not going to say it's a design mistake, but holy crap, this is pushed. And the most frustrating thing is, like, it's not even Eldrazi decks that can play this. Effectively, if you're like a colorless mana ramp deck, if you play Tron, if you play Cloud Post, you could be interested in a Kozilek's Command. Do you have a lot of mana? Do you make colorless mana? Well, let me show you the way of the Kozilek's Command. This card is, unfortunately, supremely busted. Okay, Smuggler's Surprise from Michael. You know what? Whoops, I'm looking up Michael. You're not going to be in Scryfall. Are you going to be Michael? I don't know if I can get behind you on this one. It's a green instant with Spree. +2, mill 4 cards. You may put up to 2 creature and or land cards from among the milled cards into your hand. For 5 mana, you may put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, I do have a question for you. If you spend 6 mana to put creatures from your hand onto the battlefield, why don't you just put them onto the battlefield? I guess you could have some insanely expensive ones. Insane! Or +1, creatures you control with power 4 or greater gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That is, you know what, I like that last one. Especially at instant speed. Okay, next up. Oh, Christopher B is in the house. We were just talking about you, Christopher B. Thunderbolts. Is that literally a thing? Okay, red 1, instant. Choose 1. Thunderbolt deals 3 damage to target player, or Thunderbolt deals 4 damage to target creature with flying. All right, so we could we could bolt someone for 3 damage. It's not a bad rate. 2 mana, deal 3, or we can deal a little extra 4 to something that flies. Maybe a Restoration Angel. I'm trying to think what else has flying and 4 toughness. Many cards, so many I cannot think about them right now. Chris Bonehead, Rankle's Prank. Isn't Rankle like literally a modal spell as well? Okay, this is 4 mana sorcery. Choose 1 or more. Each player. Yeah, fly. Okay. There is a fly buzzing around here, so Nikachu has to bring out Nikachu's Fly Swatter. And if that fly is smart, it's gonna run very far away. Anyway, Nikachu's ready. Got my Fly Swatter. Okay, now that I got my Fly Swatter, let's read this card. Rankle's Prank for 4 mana. Sorcery. Choose 1 or more. Each player discards 2 cards. Each player loses 4 life, or each player sacrifices 2 creatures. You know what's the key here? Don't have creatures in play. Don't have cards in hand. And if you have life, make sure it's life you can lose. All right, we're gonna look at more amazing modal spells, the best, the finest modal spells. But let me tell you where you can get them. FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. They got all the deals. What is the deal this week? Oh yeah, save 20% off accessories, deck boxes, sleeves, and more. Do you want that? They've got all the modal spells like Cryptic Command, like Rankle's Prank and Boros Charm. But they also have Duskmourn House of Horror singles ready for pre-order. And if you need to get anything for your next Commander, Standard Pioneer, upgrade your Modern deck, you might want to get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. I'll tell you why, because it supports the channel. And also, I got a sweet deal for you. If I didn't sweeten the deal enough, if I haven't tempted you, let me tell you, you can use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. It's also used to let them know that you're supporting my channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. When a new set comes out, when cards get banned in a format, you don't know what the best deck is. You don't know what to go all in on. The metagame changes constantly, but you don't have to worry about that when you're renting cards with Mana Traders. You have access to basically every deck at any time. Play the best and finest in the metagame when you rent cards online for Magic Online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below. Boop, boop. Or use coupon code Nikachu_F90 for 10% off your first 2 months. And also, some people tell me, you know, Nikachu, you should you gotta hit like, you know, smash that like button, subscribe if you like the channel. I don't call out for subscriptions anymore. I should do that more often. Subscribe, damn it. You're watching the show anyway. Where's these subscriptions? They don't grow on trees. I depend on you all. Jazz is like, I really should use Nikachu's sponsor over TCG Player. I've been having a lot of trouble with that site. Or if you use that site, use FusionGamingOnline.com, which is also on TCG Player. Although you get the discount going directly to that to Fusion. Okay, we got Shane with collective. Ooh, collective brutality. This is a great one. This also stood the test of time, big time. It's a black 1 generic sorcery with escalate, discard a card. Choose one or more. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an instant sorcery card from it. That player discards that card. Also, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Or target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Now, one of the key things this is used for is just like a reanimator enabler. You need to bring something back from your graveyard to the battlefield. Collective brutality. And what better way to do it than to target opponent reveals their hand and you choose an instant or sorcery card from it and make them discard it. In fact, you can discard multiple cards for multiple effects. Play this card for each mode beyond the first. So you can also shrink, I don't know, some disruptive creature on the battlefield. So collective brutality, an absolute banger of a card. Avatar, whoa, the mob rule. We got a red 4 generic sorcery. Choose one. Gain control of all creatures with power 4 or greater until end of turn. Untap them. They also gain haste until end of turn. I always find it weird they gain haste until end of turn. I mean, is the haste so useful afterwards? Like, not really. I don't know if anyone can tell me how the haste is useful afterwards. I'm all ears. Or you can also gain control of all creatures with power 3 or less until end of turn. Untap those creatures and they also gain haste. But haste makes waste. So be very careful when you be hasty. Lord Magicus, thank you very much. My head mod. Seek Bolus's Citadel. Seek Bolus's... Oh, sorry, Council. Is technically a modal spell. You just don't get to pick them out. Okay, I'm going to be very clear. This is a fake card, but this is my head mod. So my head mod definitely gets some privileges around here. This is a red, black, blue sorcery. Now you get to choose one at complete random. You get an emblem at... So is this the choose part you're telling me? You just don't get to pick the mode? Yes, okay, there's many modes on here. But what you get, who knows? Get yourself a Quark... No, Quark Slim doesn't help here. What do you need? No, you do choose one at random. Okay, you get an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep. Pay Grixis. If you don't, you lose the game. That's very Nicol Bolas of this. And look, Nicol Bolas is reading. Maybe reading to the person on the other end of this, the telephone. Are there some, like, Zoomers who have no idea what this is? It's a phone. It used to be able to communicate with other people. These days, I don't even know if people even know what a phone is, or if they even use it. Like, they have a phone, but they don't know what it's for, like its primary purpose. Okay, now, each player discards their hand. Planes walk to pools of becoming? Once there, you can roll a planar die only if you're playing plane chase. Well, that's just beyond my understanding here. For each opponent, exile cards from the top of their library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Destroy all creatures and non-Bolas planeswalkers. The untouchable. Bolas wouldn't want to blow himself up. And you get an emblem with, you can cast non-land cards from your sideboard. Holy moly. But you only get one at random. You're gonna have to be lucky with what that is. Steak Pooper says, wait a couple years and people don't know who Bolas is. Oh, what a burn! That's a burn, Bolas. An absolute Bolas. Oh, Bolas is annoyed. Okay, next up. Super chat from John. Thanks so much for your super chat, John. The Emerald Charm. This sounds like something from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a green instant. Choose one. Untap target permanent. Oh, that could be tricky. Destroy target non-aura enchantment. Or target creature loses flying until end of turn. All of these are tricky. This is like trap the card, essentially. So you're attacking with an evasive creature. Well, guess what? It lost flying. Okay, get him, fellas. Or you can make deals with someone. Okay, look. That flying creature coming after you. I can make it lose it. Are you gonna block it? Let's make a deal. They should just actually rename Commander. Let's make a deal. It would still work. Nothing changes. You just change the name. Next up. Old boy says, when you gain control of other players' creatures during your turn, they become summoning sick again because you didn't control them since the beginning of your turn. You're actually completely right. Thank you very much. That actually makes too much sense, actually. I wish I thought about that in the moment. I would have designed the worst card in Magic the Gathering. Gain control of all my opponent's creatures. Oh, wait, I can't attack with them. Oops. And I lose them at end of turn. Kano. Ooh, the Archdruid's Charm. This is a very charming show, I might say. It's a triple green instant. Choose one. Search your library for a creature or a land card, and you get to reveal it. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. And if it's a land, sorry, put it on the battlefield tapped if it's a land card. No free ramping around here. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Now, put a +1/+1 count. Sorry, the next mode. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So we got like green, basically green removal. I'm actually surprised how often green cards can kill other creatures. And then last mode, exile target artifact or enchantment. It literally does everything. I think the only thing it doesn't do is like remove graveyards, but outside of that, it does everything. Let's get a little love to Dimitri over here. Blood on the Snow. Sounds pretty grim, even for Magic. We have 6 mana. The Snow Sorcery. Choose one. We can destroy all creatures. We could also destroy all the planeswalkers. Oh, and then despite what we choose, return a creature or planeswalker card with convert a mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast it. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. For Ginka, this card is funny. An incident has occurred. It's 2 mana. This is not a real card for Ginka. Oops, that's the wrong sound effect. It's literally Acorn. Choose one or both. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target attraction. That sounds all legal, but I guess the end part is the problem. You may apologize if you do gain 3 life. Destroy your creature with flying. I'm sorry. Give me my life points. We've done farewell, Michael. We've done farewell. We got Lewis. Untimely malfunction. The new abrade to protect from counter spells. No! Don't protect from my counter spells. Sort of looks like they're operating some sort of vacuum cleaner. I don't know if anyone else sees it. It's like a small vacuum cleaner. Okay, it's a 2 mana instant. Choose one. Destroy target artifact. Gonna suck that artifact up. Change the target spell or ability with a single target. Oh my god! This vacuum has gone from suck to blow! And then also, 1 or 2 target creatures can't be blocked this turn. Well, nothing escapes the vacuum, let me tell you that. All those dust bunnies, they get scooped up immediately. There can be no escape. Duskmourn has kinda Ghostbusters vibes. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's true. I didn't realize this was Duskborn. And they've got ghosts. Be afraid, be very afraid. Although, why are we scared of ghosts? There's like spirits all over the place. We have like millions of spirits. Cal says, have you done all the commands yet? I don't know. Take that with, you can spew off, look, the Kaya's Gal, we haven't done Kaya's Gal yet. Although you could say that's not a command. Kaya's Guile. Very underrated modal card. Very, very. 3 mana instant. Choose 2. Each opponent sacks a creature. That's pretty good. Exile all cards from each opponent's graveyard. That's amazing. You create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. That card is a little sucks. Sorry, that ability sucks. Or you gain 4 life, which in a pinch maybe you want it, but it's got entwine, so you can choose all if you pay the entwine cost. So for 7 mana, that is a deal. All right, I'll take that. You pay a little extra. You basically. Actually, this is not a deal. We are paying 3 mana is worth, you get 2 modes for 3 mana. I'm getting 4 modes for 6 mana. It's actually on par. I got ripped off. I got ripped off by the Kaya's Guile shop. They made me think I gotta, yeah, it's only 6, not for 7. That would be actually no, it would make some sense. You still get all the modes for 7 if the Entwine was 7 mana. But whatever, no, it's only 6 mana. Like, I'm just saying it would be worth it because you get all the modes in one card. I guess that's true. Blue Elemental Blast. I never looked at this card like a modal card, to be honest. But you know what? What can I say? Like, you're definitely right. So 1 blue instant. Choose 1. You can either counter a red spell or you can destroy target red permanent. David Willard. No, this worked perfect in the lab. Alt untimely malfunctions flavor text is perfect. What was that? The flavor text? No. Oh. No, this worked perfectly in the lab. Yes. Now we're out in the field and nothing works. It's when you do a presentation and everything fails. And then your lava mountain explodes too early. Anna! The Season of Loss. Ooh, this is a paw card. How many paw? We get, for 5 mana, we get 5 paw. Okay, we can pay 1 paw. Each player sacrifices a creature. 2 paw. Draw a card for each creature you controlled that died this turn. 3 paw. I profited off of the death of my creatures. That sounds wrong. Each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. All right, we're gonna drain them. My graveyard is big. I got big graveyard. I got big drain. Arethusa. I haven't seen any of the, haven't seen any of the bad ones. This is the best modal show. Illusion / reality. Is that a split card? Illusion. What, is that it? Yeah, that's disqualified. It's not a modal card, technically. Just a random mage reality spam. Anyone no card yet? We're getting into the 3/4. Is it called? Oh, spasm. Sorry, reality spasm. Blue X instant. Choose 1. Tap X target permanents or untap X target permanents. That's definitely a got 'em card. You thought I attacked with all my creatures, and I cleared the way for yours. Little do you know that there was a spasm in the reality. Gustavo, Flame of is that yeah, that I guess so. Flame of Anor. 3 mana instant. You gotta choose 1, but if you control a wizard, if your name is Harry Potter as you cast this spell, you may choose 2 instead. I can't even say if your name is Urza. Urza's not a wizard for some reason. I would have bet $1 million as the, what's it called? The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire final question. What creature type is Urza? Wizard, Artificer, Goblin, Merfolk. What is it? I would have just gone all in on Wizard. Anyway, this one, you can, target player draws 2 cards, destroy target artifact, or Flame of Anor deals 5 damage to target creature. Dealing 5 damage to a creature and drawing 2 cards at the same time feels like you got 3 cards in one. You're a bender, Harry Gandalf. You're a bender? Are you mixing Futurama or something? Hexenort, Eldrazi Confluence. Does that such a thing exist? The hell is this card? What is this? The colorless 2 generic instant. You get to choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target creature gets +3, -3. Well, depending on what creature you're buffing or killing, it's good or bad. Exile target non-land permanent, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. We do a little blinking action with this card. Also create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi sign token with sacrifice this artifact. Get a colorless. I got him. There we go. That's the second one of the year. Caught on stream. I have a lot more. I have a graveyard of these idiots. The problem is the flies, they're attracted to the studio lights that I have, so they're just constantly fluttering around me at my workstation. Okay, we got him. I pulled an Eldrazi Confluence on that fly. Stood no chance. Absolutely none. That fly is just another casualty of war. It is, isn't it? Okay, I've committed a murder. Fly swatting action. Okay, next up. Who do we have here? Oh, David, you didn't get a card yet? Grave Expectations. Heist gives you a pick between 3 non-lands from your opponent's library, by the way. Heist gives you a pick between 3 non-lands? This is an arena card! Okay, we have a black. Instant. Choose one. Heist, target opponent's library, which means pick between 3 non-lands from your opponent's library. Weird. We can also exile up to 3 target cards from your opponent's graveyard. From your opponent's graveyards, you gain 3 life. I have no idea how this card works. Like, I know how, I understand how it works. I have no idea if it's good. So is Heist like an anti-combo card? Gonna swipe away like 3 of your combo pieces, so you better play 4. 3 ain't safe enough in these Grave Expectations worlds. Almond, Verdant Command. Oh, your previous one was done. Okay, Verdant Command for 2 mana, instant. Choose 2. This is literally Cryptic Command. Like, look at the bowls. Is it Cryptic Command? Hold on. They got bowls, don't they? Maybe not. It's 1 bowl. Or vase or something. Okay, 2 mana, instant. Choose 2. Target player creates 2 tapped 1/1 green scroll creature tokens. Also counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker. That is unique. This is also very unusual. Okay, exile target card from a graveyard, and also target player gains 3 life. This honestly looks like crap. The best mode is literally the scroll one, and the rest of them are terrible. Exile target card from... I guess that one is fine, but niche. All the other cards are like, oh yeah, wipe out your entire graveyard. It's all gone. Say goodbye to that thing. Oh, Heist is 3 random ones you get? Oh, that's terrible. From the Grave Expectations? Alright, so I even less know how this card's gonna work. It's complete it's like a weird... It's like an Ancestral Recall from somebody else's deck. Okay, Lesthian. You didn't get a card yet. Academic. Oh, sorry, Academic. Academic Probation. This is a 2-mana lesson card. Now choose one. Choose a non-land card name. Opponents can't cast spells with the chosen name until your next turn. You can also choose target non-land permanent until your next turn. It can't attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. You do nothing. You shush around here. Ooh, Hanaria's got a great one. Warping Whale. That's premium, baby. That is a colorless 1 generic instant. Choose one. You can exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. You'd be surprised how many enormous creatures have 1 toughness. I heard there's a ball lightning deck in the chat. I heard someone had a ball lightning. You would not like this. Your ball lightnings will not like to know what it's like to run up against a warping whale. You can counter target sorcery spell, which is premium, and also it basically ramps. Create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion. It's a 1/1. It can attack. It can block. It can crack for mana. It can do everything. Fruit Kid. Original Lorwyn had Cryptic Command, and I hope we get a new command for fish in the Lorwyn. Oh, I hope so. We gotta go back to Lorwyn. Return to the Lorwyn. Beanpot, Null Elemental Blast. This actually is not seeing any play yet. What does this do? I'm sure someone's using this card, but it's like a colorless instant. Choose one. You can counter target Multicolor spell. Or counter target multicolor permanent. I think one big problem is that they, like, wizards just killed all the multicolor stuff. You can't play multicolor anymore. You know what this hits? Psychic Frog. I didn't think about it at the time. Chetty, Shieldred's Edict. That is a... That's funny. That is a modal spell. I usually know it as, make me sack a creature. That's it. 2 mana. Each opponent sacks a non-token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Or each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. Who needs attacking planeswalkers? You can just make them sacrifice the damn thing. Eris is like... The name made me think it'd counter colorless. You know, you're right. I also thought Null Elemental Blast would counter colorless. No, it's the colorless attacking the multicolored. Okay, we got Teamer. Aim for the head. That's just high enough for me, Teamer. Their zombie has enough time to, like, stare at the arrow that just hit them. 3 mana sorcery, choose one. You can exile target zombie or target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. This card's terrible. God, this is awful. This does not make the best list. I do not believe this is a best card. This is, like, insanely narrow. Like, exile target zombie. Okay, what do you... Yeah, it hits the changelings. I know, I can hear it in chat already. Also, target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. There's, like, so many cards that do that. Works every time. Helena Kessig Ranger. Next choice. Next, let's do multiple choice. Is that literally a card? Oh, it is a card. Blue and an X. Sorcery. If X is 1, scry 1, then draw a card. But if X is 2, you may choose target player. They return a creature they control to its owner's hand. If X is 3, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. And also if X is 4 or more, do all of the above. We really cash in on this card. You know, it's a great sound effect for this show is this one. Do I want to scry 1? Do I want to do X is 2? X is 3? X is 4? Which one has the damn P-Wing? Where is the P-Wing? Collective Defiance and Collective... did we do... I think we did one of those. Collective Defiance. I think we did one... Oh, I guess we didn't, Shane. You know what? Maybe we didn't. Alright, Shane's card is Collective Defiance. 3 mana sorcery. It's got Escalate 1. Choose 1 or more. Target player discards all cards in their hand. Then draws that many cards. Also, Collective Defiance deals 4 damage to target creature, or Collective Defiance deals 3 damage to target opponent. It would be a shame if we escalate the matters, wouldn't you say? We got more than 4 makes no sense on here. If X is 4 or more. Well, sometimes you might want to get around Chalice of the Void on 4. I mean 5. There might be some, there might be some card in play that says you can't play spells that are this cheap. You must be this high to play Magic the Gathering. You must be this tall to be admitted into this game. Okay, what do we have? Eris with Risk Factor. No, that's not a modal spell, right? That is what I think it is. Yeah, it's not a modal spell. I mean, you give your opponent a choice, but... So you have to give you the choice. If you are allowed to have a choice. Get around mana burn. Well, if you want to go back in time for quite a few years on this the multiple choice. I've had an Eldrazi player cast Chalice on 6 to stop Elspeth's Sun's Champion. There we go. You know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Have we done? Yeah, we've done Kozilek's Command. I don't know if we did Casualties of War. Casualties of War. Oh moly! Holy moly! Okay, green, black, 2 generic sorcery. Choose 1 or more. What is this? Just farewell? Destroy target artifact. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's actually strictly worse, right? Okay, destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, and also destroy target planeswalker. But only 1. Yeah, we can get all 5 of those, but only 1. Now, farewell wipes everything away. And multiples, right? Why would they even print Casualties Award? Look at this. Choose one or more. Exile all the artifacts, all the creatures, all the enchantments, all the graveyards. Strictly worse. Farewell. Unbelievable. Golgari players feel so ripped off at the moment. Avatar, whoa. Is it Charm? Okay, 2 mana, instant. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. Which is great. I mean, it's basically borderline a counter spell for, you know, the most important stuff. Is a Charm, deals 2 damage to target creature. Not so great, but, you know, not unplayable. Drawing 2 cards and discarding 2 cards enables graveyard shenanigans. It also exchanges those crappy lands that you've been sandbagging in your hand for fresh, good cards late in the game. Farewell can't hit land. Oh, you're greedy, Eris. Very, very greedy. And playing Casualties is much more enjoyable as it is one-sided. All right. Gustavo with Prismari Command. Hey, I would love a vote so that we can stop calling, like, it should be Prismari Charm. I don't like the sound of Is It. I think it's crap. The Prismari is far more elegant. I mean, it's a beautiful name. Yeah, anyway. If I make a blue-red Merfolk deck, I'm calling it Prismari Merfolk, all right? Prismari Merfolk. If I don't, remind me. Okay, we got a red-blue, 1 generic instant. Choose 2. Prismari Command deals 2 damage to any target. Target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards. Target player creates a treasure token or destroy target artifact. Card is absolute bonkers. I think this card is amazing. The 2 damage, whatever. But the whole draw 2, then discard 2 is like Is It Charm. Except this is much more of a combo enabler because you make a treasure token to ramp into your combo, or you can blow that treasure up with, like, what's it called? Indomitable Creativity. Also, you can destroy artifacts, which is some minor nice upside. Good question, is it? I think it's better. Prismari sounds pretentious. That's the point, Beanpot. That's why I like it. The Prismari. We are better than everyone else here at the Prismari. Much better. Much better than those people in Witherbloom. Okay, next up. Is Decisive Denial a card? Decisive Denial. Oh, this card. I was thinking of something else. Okay, blue-green, instant. Yeah, choose one. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Love having removal in blue. And also, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3. Love this card. You're confronted by robbers from Christopher B. You're confronted by robbers? Is this a D&D card? It was originally from D&D? I'm assuming Baldur's Gate is related to D&D somehow. 4 mana, instant, choose one. Stall for time. Tap up to 3 target creatures. Call for aid. Create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. I think this card's terrible. But that's just my opinion. The Great Train Heist. Is this also from Baldur's Gate? The Great Train... Great Train. Oh, Great Train Heist. Red instant with Spree. So for 3 extra mana, untap all creatures you control. If it's your combat phase, there is an additional combat phase after this one. +2 for another Spree of 2. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. And also for a spree of a red, choose target opponent. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to that player this turn, create a tapped treasure token. I like that last ability. Steve Cooper, Masterminds acquisition, also donation for chat. What are we acquiring around here? Oh, this is, oh no, maybe this is not what I think it is. Okay, 4 mana sorcery, choose one. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then you shuffle your library. So at the very least, we got like Demonic Tutor. And then choose or choose a card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand. That is interesting. Could be anything I take from outside the game. It's not from Exile, it's from outside the game. It's from the beyond the freaking Exile zone part of the game. If you're playing casual, you can put anything from your collection into your hand. Okay, we got a very wonderful donation. And you know what? Icholi didn't get a card. The colleges of not Hogwarts can eat it. Same with the gangs of not New York. It's Alara, Ravnica, and Cons. Or no names at all, Nikachu and MTG Live. Oh, F them. Those old, they're boomer names, Icholi. They're boomers. Do you have a card, Icholi? Had to tell me. See, some people, they don't like the new names. They want it the old, they want it the old-fashioned way. Wes that plays music. Here's an old one. Shape Shifter. Shape Shifter. Is this a creature? Oh, Shapeshifter. Just, it's a creature. Disqualified. Boomers of the world unite. I know. The Prismari will beat the Izzet! I tell you. They're gonna do it. Okay, let's go. I think we did Naya Charm, Alphamus Prime. We actually did that one. Kano, Final Showdown. Okay, let's get, some of you are very passionate about getting some of these cards on. Final Showdown, a white instant with Spree for an extra 1. All creatures lose all abilities until end of turn. That's insane. For another one, choose a creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn. That's also insane. For 5 mana, you also destroy all creatures? This card's busted. This card is actually insane. Choose one or more additional cost. That's actually, I think this card is insane. Not to mention you can like leave your most important creatures indestructible and then blow the rest up. Okay, we'll do Shane's Collective Effort. Creatures disqualified. This is a spells show. It's all spells around here. 3 mana sorcery with Escalate. Tap and untap creature control. Well, that's easy to pay. Choose one or more. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Oh, you can also destroy target enchantment. Or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. It's the new farewell. Wow, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. We can't be... That's a crazy statement. It's crazy. Very, 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 very crazy. We did call against command. Yeah, we did call against command. Elena Wong with the nighttime... Yeah, we have a nighttime stream. For anyone who just can't make it in the morning, but you love the show anyway. Didn't the Prismari and most of legally distinct Hogwarts get Phyrexianized? I have no idea. I didn't read I don't read, especially when it comes to reading the story. Okay, Avatar Woe wants Twinferno. 2 mana, instant. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, you get a copy. A carbon copy, just like, you know... It's like when you copy something in the office. You may choose new targets for the copy, and also target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Yeah, I guess we have to say until end of turn for that double strike thing. Yeah, that's right. Beanpot, Brotherhood's End. I constantly forget that this is a modal card. So 3 mana sorcery deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, or you can blow up all the artifacts with converted mana cost 3 or less. That hits my Ether Vial, that hits my Chalice of the Void, sometimes it hits my Relic of Progenitus. I don't see this one coming very often. But when it does come, it like hits me hard. We did Rankle's Prank. Dracoli, we did that one. Did we do the Black Farewell, the final act? I don't think we did, actually. Final act. It's the final countdown? No, I'm not. I'm butchering this. Okay, 6 mana, sorcery. Choose one or more. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all planeswalkers. Destroy all battles! Oh, they just have to make it different in that one little way, you know? They gotta make it unique. Let's destroy some card type that barely matters. Exile all graveyards, or each opponent loses all counters. Next up. Choli says, if you played against Tron, his second part is the only relevant one. Well, because it's the only playable one. Did we do... maybe we didn't do Dramoka's command, Cal. Dramoka's... Sorry, Sorry, is it Dracoma's? Dracoma's command? Or is it Dramoka? I think it's Dramoka. Dramoka. I don't know if I know how to spell this one. Oh no, I spelled it. Yeah, white-green, instant, choose 2, prevent all damage that would be dealt to, prevent all damage, target instant or sorcery spell would deal this turn. Target player sacrifices enchantment, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. We did fare well, yeah. We did. Hans Vader! Did you do Amulet des Imaginaires? Nobody tell him it's Archmage's Charm. Yeah, we did that one. Nobody tell him. Especially me. You don't know how to spell, Cal? Don't worry. Neither do I. Vinny! Gix's command. One last job? Sounds dirty. Okay, hold on. 5 mana for a sorcery. Gix's command. Choose 2. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1... on up to 1 creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. I'm gonna need that lifelink. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. This feels like a white card. I don't know about anybody else. Putting counters on something and it also gains life? Maybe I'm wrong. Death of a bachelor. Have we done Bushwhack? That's a creature, I'm assuming. Which would mean it's disqualified, but I like disqualifying people. Oh, it's not. It's just alright. Alright, the death of a bachelor. You passed this test. Okay, we have a green sorcery. Choose 1. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So many cards let you fight. It's amazing. Okay, we got from Elena Wong. What about Masterful Replication? This is, 6 mana, instant. Choose 1. We get to create 2, 3, 3. This is instant speed. 2, 3, 3 golem creature artifact. 2, 3, 3 colorless golem artifact creature tokens. Or choose target artifact you control. Each other artifact you control becomes a copy of that artifact until end of turn. Finally, something to do with all of my treasure tokens. You all become, I don't know, some golem. Or a worm coil engine. One day you were hoping to be a worm coil engine. Well, I made it a reality. We did pick your poison. Okay, let's see. Let's do Dracoli's Rush of Dread. Okay, we got 3 mana sorcery with a spree of 1. Target opponent sacrifices the creatures they control rounded up. Oh, God. Oh, half of them. Then for a spree of 2, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand rounded up. And another spree of 2, target opponent loses half their life rounded up. How many times do you have to make someone lose half their life before they basically lose all their life? Is it like 7? Does it matter? I've never thought about that. If you start at... yeah, it does matter. If you double your life total over and over again, it makes it harder to die to the Rush of Dread. Avatar was like, we haven't even done Crux of Fate, damn it. Okay, we're gonna have Crux of Fate up here. 5 mana sorcery. We can destroy all the dragon creatures, or we can destroy all non-dragon creatures.
No, God, please, no!
Dragons were very happy when the Crux of Fate arrived. Combos with Bloodletter of Aclazots. Oh yeah, you make them lose half their life, and then Bloodletter is like, okay, for whatever you lost, you lose the other half now. It's Nikachu after dark. Nikachu at night. Nighttime with Nikachu. What happens to changelings? It's a good question. Destroy all dragons. Oh, I think you kill them, because they are at least a dragon. Destroy all non-dragon. Yeah, okay, so if you destroy all dragons, you kill the changelings. If they're not, if you choose destroy all non-dragon. Oh, they die both ways. Yeah, they're just dead. They die twice. You're doomed if you do, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Yeah, changelings are always dragons. They're also always not dragons. Okay, I don't know if Fruit Kid got a card. Active Volcano. Very active. That is a modal card, a red instant. You can destroy target permanent, or you can return an island to its owner's hand. I'll tell you this much, this card sucks. It's very, very bad. Give it the Titanic sound effect, it's that bad. You know, I shouldn't be so hard on it. Like, half the modes are really good. The whole island bouncing thing is not that great. Toads, we did drown in the lock. You were there! I swear you were there. You've been here since the beginning. So you've seen all these cards. You were there too, Christopher B. We did Smuggler's Surprise. You were there as well. Okay, one more. One more. Let's give another to Elena, because I don't think Elena's on the show very often. So let's make the best of it. Oddly uneven. Oh, this is a... Okay, for you, Elena, anything. Okay, 5 mana sorcery. Silver border card. Choose one. Destroy each creature with an odd number of words in its name. It's very, very confusing. Count it up. Or you can also destroy each creature with an even number of words in its name. And with that, that is it for the modal cards. The best modal cards you'll ever see in the absolute multiverse and the whole collector card pool of Magic the Gathering. If you want to be part of the show, everyone, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Usually 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Congratulations to everyone who was able to make it out for Nick at night. I've got to thank you so much to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And also got to thank everyone who shows up here for the show. Otherwise, I'd have nothing. So we got to thank people like Toads and Beanpot and Eris, Corbinek, Avatar of Woe, I got you, Eris, Steve Cooper, Sandwich, Kano, Dracoli. We've got Jess. Who else do we have here? We have Lord Magicus, Hans Vader, Christopher B, of course, Fruit Kid. Who else do we have? We have Elena Wong here today. Because without you, we got Lesthien, Chris Bonehead, just another random mage. So without you guys, I'd have nothing of a show. You guys are everything to me. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.